Now, when someone comes and says that I came to know God through a prophet, they are lying. They are lying. You can never discover God. You can never fathom God. You can never comprehend God because of a message of a little piece of dust called a prophet. Even though God sent this prophet, but the prophet is a piece of dust, is a minute being, limited, temporal, has a beginning and an end on earth, where God, on the other hand, is the infinite, the never-ending God. His beginning has no beginning, neither his end has an end too. How can this little piece of dust, a little tiny prophet, comes and reveal God in his fullness? Impossible. Isaiah, where theologians and scholars have called him the fifth gospel writer. Now Isaiah, he wrote his prophecy around 750 BC. Around 750 BC. The scholars and theologians call him the fifth gospel writer. They put him along with Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John of the New Testament. Why? Because Isaiah, out of all the prophets of the Old Testament, he talks in intricate details about Christ as if he is walking, talking, and living with him right there and then. Yet this Isaiah, the fifth gospel writer, at the end he writes, "Truly you are hidden, O God of Israel." What do you mean you are hidden? You just spoke so in details about him. He said, yes, because no matter how much I speak about him, no matter how much I reveal about him, he will always be unknown, because how can you get to know someone who is infinite? Impossible. But God wants all of us to know him. That's why he created us. You see, the only one who qualifies to speak about John is John. The only one who qualifies to speak about Rachel is Rachel. If anyone else comes along and tries to speak about John, yet they are not John, no matter how much they know John, they can never serve his justice by talking about him, because you will never know fully the heart of John, the mind of John, the soul of John, the entire being of John. The only one who qualifies to speak about John is John. How much more the only one who is qualified to speak about God than only God? Only God. Only God can speak about himself, since he is the only being that is infinite. There is no other being who is infinite except him. Therefore, he is the only one that can come and tell us about him. That's why he came down and became a man, a human like all of us. Now, who came down? The Son of God, the second person in the Holy Trinity. Now, who is this Son of God? The Gospel of John says in the very beginning of it, chapter 1, verse 1, in the beginning was the Word. In Greek, logos. In Aramaic, miltha. Miltha. In the Lord's language, miltha. In the beginning was the Logos, and the Logos was with God, and the Logos was God. What is the Logos? What is this word? What is this miltha? The brain, the intellect. In the beginning was the brain, and the brain was with God, and the brain was God. So who is the Son?